Welcome to Stifex Trading Flow. There's this one topic on how do we place our TP and stop losses. We are here to come into an agreement, or we need more and better understanding on the same topic. That's why we are here today once again. And I want to explain into details on how we go about it. Number one, you need to understand that we are trading on our strategy called swing trade trading. That means we are swinging using the H4 chart in the direction of the daily chart or the higher time frames, where it's going. So if I'm using the structure on the higher time frame, so this is the way I should be moving the market, because the market here continue to make new highs all the time, because the structure here is very clear. Market breaks this resistance and makes a higher high, retraces back, makes a higher low, a higher high. This candle closes above this price level, the previous high. Then when it resumes, the trade makes a new high, one candle retracement, makes another high, retraces. We're expecting this price to make a new high for today. And that's why we move in this direction. That's why we look for entries in the direction of the 4-hour chart. So these are the swings, and we place buy orders in this direction. So that's how we simply do it. So in this strategy, you need to be, number one, be very patient to the market, have good risk money management, and finally, the last thing you need to have is good trade management. So what is our target? Our target is always one daily trading range. One daily trading range is always determined by this indicator you find here, which was invented by J. Wells, called the average trading range, or the average true range. That tells you, it will tell you the number of how many days. Many traders will take 14 days, but I like taking the higher the sample, the bigger sample of the previous 200 daily candlesticks, because I want to count the last 200 daily candlesticks, and you can be able to see how far from its highest to its lowest, from its highest to its lowest, how many pips does each candle on average makes a range. Like you can check here under Euro JPY, it is 127 pips, 127 pips. That tells you, even if I may get an entry on the lower time frames, even if I get an entry around this price point, that tells me, even if I may get an entry from this entry here, I'll just calculate below 127 pips, which is around, it is at price, an average of 161.64. 161.64, which is at this point 161.64. Yeah, let's say the 161.64. But when I'm calculating my TP, I need, that is 1 ATL, which is my stop loss, and then my TP, I'll take 2 ATL values, so that my risk reward ratio can be 1:2. That means 127, that's an average of 130, which is 260. So I may take 260. 260, I'm taking it at an average price of, I'm taking it at an average of 165.34. 165.34. 165.34. Yeah, around that price level. That means that is where my TP and my stop loss should be all the time. But on the other hand, you need to understand one thing. Even if my TP is here and my stop loss is here, when I get into a trade, in most cases, I'll hit 1 or 2 trades. Most of the cases, I take 2 trades, and one trade will first of all take me to 1 ATL value, because my main target, number one, is 1 ATL value of 127 pips. From the entry, I'll move over the 127 pips. 127 is at around price 164.19. 164.19, which is around that price level. That means when the price comes to this point and hit 1 ATL value, I'll close the initial trade. So my TP1 is always at 1 ATL value, and then I will break even. I'll close one trade, and the other one I'll break even with 5 to 10 pips. There, I come and break even from the entry solely. I'll take it from the entry because the first trade is gone. Then you take your TP, your stop loss order, and take it to here. Break even with something 5 to 10 pips. And from there, you rate this trade land, because of course in the H4 chart you may get a retracement of between 50 to even 70 pips. Then after this retracement, you move all the way to TP2 where I'll close the trade, and that is where will be the end of this trading journey. Otherwise, it is also good to keep on checking other fundamental releases that might affect the market. One of the main factors can be like if you're having something like if you're using the yen, if you have like the BOJ or the Bank of Japan rate statement, or in such cases, what you do is make sure either you keep your trade here or you can decide to exit, or maybe even decide to even move your trading stop loss to maybe even half, so that because you don't know what may happen, so that even if it comes back, you take half of this trade or even maintain at where you are. So these are some of the key trading management and the risk management again you need to have. If one ATR value is at 127 pips, that means if I'm using something like a 0.01 volume, that means by the time I'm coming to one ATL value, my losses will be at around maybe negative 20 to 25 USD there. If I'm using 0.01 volume, that is the minimum. If I'm going to the TP, it is 27, another 27, around 2020, that is around another $40 to $50 in profits. So those are the cases you need to calculate. That may tells you that you need again you have a clear picture based on your account sizes, which or at what point or who are the volumes that you're supposed to use. So those are the cases you need to keep on considering all the time. Any other trade, even if you're using any other trade, like because ATL values is different. If you have something like GJ, it will be quite important to notice that if you check something like GJ at this point, you find that now the ATL changes on the daily chart. It comes to 154. If I'm using something like the GU, it's key you note that here it is 96 pips. If I'm using something like Audi USD, you can check for Audi USD again, it is a 68 pips. So I know this is my stop loss and my TP is, first of all, TP number 1 is the same and TP number 2 is 68 times 2. If I'm using another currency like gold, because this is where now I find most of the traders are like they have so much interest on gold. If I have something like gold on the daily chart, you check it is 22 points. If I'm checking to 20 or 228 pips, that tells you I'll just calculate 22 points from the entry, like from this point I'm at 1992 minus 22 points. That one will take me to 1971, which is the price, which is 1971 here for gold. Let's go to 1971. And there we are. For TP, I'll take one ATR. TP number 1 is 23 points. It will take me to around the price 2015. If right now I get an entry, I'm going over 2015. And then from 2015, I'll calculate another 20 points from this point for TP number 2, which will be at price 2037, which is quite very achievable. You see? So this is how I go through all my TP and my stop losses. Even if I'm using indices, even if I'm using any other trade, and in most cases I'll pick this trade on the H4 chart. I'll pick these trades on the H4 chart in most cases. So that's how I'll go about. That's why you find my chart. I'm always posting in this way. So from StiffX Trading Floor, the issue of placing TP and stop losses is as simple as that. And this one you can also check from other cases, like you can read more of this information from the from the trading ledge, or from the average trading ledge from Investopedia. So from StiffX Trading Floor, that is it, and thank you.